Welcome to Getting Started with Compute. This fundamental level course is written for people who are beginning with cloud computing and Amazon Web Services. Before you begin this course, it will be helpful if you have a basic understanding of cloud computing concepts and a basic understanding of the AWS Management Console. If you have more knowledge or experience with cloud computing, this course will still be helpful in refreshing your knowledge and practicing your skills. This course is complemented by a series of Getting Started courses that teach other core domains and help you build a foundation in cloud computing. This module was designed to introduce you to the compute domain and the Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud, Amazon EC2 service. It is broken into 4 sections. First, you will get an introduction to the compute domain. You will learn about computing basics, different types of computing, and computing services that AWS offers. In the second section, Amazon EC2, you will have an introduction to the key concepts of Amazon EC2. In the third section, using Amazon EC2, you will learn about the different steps and configurations required to launch an Amazon EC2 instance. The final section, Managing Amazon EC2, will provide a high-level overview of things that you should know to help you manage your Amazon EC2 instances. Computing is the brain behind IT applications. Organizations all around the world Computing is the brain behind IT applications. Organizations all around the world run diverse workloads on different compute platforms. Depending on your workload, you might need a different architectural method for how you set up your computing resources. In this section of the module, you will be introduced to the basics of compute architectural methods, and some compute services that AWS offers. Choose Continue to get started. Computers have been around for a long time. Through the years, they've changed a lot. You rely on them for many things, including things you might not ordinarily associate with computers. For example, you rely on computing for communication, travel, medical equipment, scientific research, financial security, sales transactions, everyday business tasks, entertainment, and much more. At its most base level, computing is the brain that makes IT applications work. It collects any necessary data, and it can then analyze that data, process that data, and finally, distribute that data. The main components of computing are CPU, memory, hard drive, and network performance. The CPU is the central processing unit. It is responsible for running and processing instructions that it is given. Your computer's memory, or RAM, stores data that the computer needs to carry out processing tasks. For example, when you run an application, the required data to run the application is temporarily stored on the RAM. The RAM should not be confused with the computer's hard drive. The hard drive is long-term storage where all of your files are stored and kept. The computer's network performance is the speed at which a message can be sent or received. It is measured in 2 ways, bandwidth and latency. Bandwidth is the amount of data that can be sent over a specified time, and latency is how long it takes the data to travel. Every computer has an operating system. The operating system is the software package that manages the computer's hardware and software. Some of the most familiar operating systems are Microsoft Windows, Linux, and Apple's Mac OS. The operating system, combined with your computer's hardware and additional software, determines the capabilities of your computer. With the expansion of virtualization technologies, computing has moved into what is called the cloud. Cloud computing is the on-demand delivery of IT resources over the internet with pay-as-you-go pricing. It alleviates the need to buy, own, and maintain physical data centers and servers. Instead, you can access technology services such as computing power, storage, and databases on an as-needed basis from a cloud provider like AWS. Cloud computing has several benefits compared to on-premises computing. First, You don't need any upfront costs to get started with cloud computing. You provision a resource and pay only for the time you use it. Additionally, you save on costs with cloud computing because you do not need to maintain a data center. With cloud computing, you do not need to guess your computing capacity needs. You provision the amount of computing resources that you need and scale up or down as those needs change. Cloud computing services are reliable and can be built for fault tolerance so that your applications are continuously available. All that you need to do is decide which type of computing architecture you want to build and provision the required resources. When deciding which computing method would work best for your architecture, you might consider instances, containers, serverless, or a hybrid of cloud and on-premises computing. Choose each computing method to learn more. When deciding which computing method would work best for your architecture, you might consider instances. AWS offers many services that can help you build out your computing needs. When deciding which computing method would work best for your AWS offers many services that can help you build out your computing needs. Whether you're using instances, serverless, containers, or a mixture of each, AWS has what you need. Here are some of the most popular computing services that AWS offers: Amazon EC2, AWS Lambda, Amazon Elastic Container Service, Amazon Elastic Kubernetes Service, AWS Fargate, AWS Elastic Beanstalk. Choose each tab to learn a little about each service. In this section, you have learned the basics of compute, which is the foundation for AWS Compute Services knowledge and skills. Review the key takeaways from this section and additional resources to further your learning. Next is Introduction to Amazon EC2. Computing is the brain behind IT applications. In this section, you'll be introduced to Amazon EC2, a cloud computing service. Amazon EC2 is a web service that provides resizable compute capacity in the cloud at affordable costs all around the world. Choose Continue to get started. Now that you have a foundation of compute basics, it's time to introduce you to one of Amazon's core compute services. Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud, or Amazon EC2, is a compute service that provides resizable compute capacity in the cloud. It's designed to make web-scale computing easier for developers. You'll recall that one benefit of cloud computing is that you trade fixed costs for variable costs. Amazon EC2 eliminates the need to invest in hardware up front so you can focus on developing and deploying applications faster. You can use Amazon EC2 to launch as many virtual servers, also known as compute instances, as you need. Amazon EC2 offers a wide selection of instance types optimized to fit different use cases. Instance types are made up of varying combinations of CPU, memory, storage, and networking capacity. This variety gives you the flexibility to choose the appropriate mix of resources for your applications. One common use case is compute-optimized instances for certain web applications and video transcoding. Other common use cases include memory-optimized instances for big data analytics and caches, storage-optimized instances for large databases, and graphics-based instances for machine learning. Regardless of the instance type you choose, Amazon EC2 instances are reliable, scalable, highly available, and cost-effective. Using autoscaling, you can scale your EC2 instance count up or down to quickly handle changes in requirements or spikes and troughs in application popularity. Autoscaling reduces your need to forecast traffic so you can focus on your application features. Amazon EC2 provides for high availability because you can place instances across various availability zones. By launching instances in separate availability zones, you can protect your applications from failure of a single location. Regions consist of one or more availability zones and are geographically dispersed. Each Amazon EC2 region has a 99.99% guarantee for almost no downtime. Amazon EC2 is cost-effective because you can optimize your costs based on your needs and pay for only what you use. When you're finished using an instance, you can terminate it, and you're only charged for any remaining storage costs on data that you choose not to delete. You're no longer charged for the instance. There's a range of instance purchasing options. These options include on-demand instances, which are purely pay-as-you-go, savings plan and reserved instances, which offer low prices for a 1 to 3 year commitment, dedicated hosts, which offer physical servers dedicated for your use, and spot instances, which offer low prices for applications that have a flexible start and end time. After you choose the instance type and pricing model, it's time to provision the instance. You can provision your computing instance by choosing the operating system, networking details, storage options, and security settings, and in just a few minutes, your instance is ready to use. Amazon EC2 can handle all your computing needs and offers you the elasticity to make changes based on business needs, all at the most affordable cost. We've covered the main uses and benefits of Amazon EC2 in this brief introduction. Next, you'll learn about the core concepts and how to use Amazon EC2 for compute. First, you'll review the problem that Amazon EC2 solves. Running servers on premises is a big challenge for building your IT architecture. Review the problem that Amazon EC2 solves. Running servers on premises is a big challenge for building your IT architecture. Data centers are expensive to build, staff, and maintain. You need to think ahead for computing capacity needs. For example, it can be difficult to predict traffic spikes and peak workloads, and this issue must be balanced with making sure that you don't have unused and idle servers running. Unused resources can be wasteful and cost you a lot of money. With Amazon EC2, you do not need to guess your computing capacity. As traffic spikes or workloads increase, you can launch more instances to meet the computing needs. When the workloads die down, you can stop the instance or terminate it so that you don't have idle instances that are costing you money. With Amazon EC2, you pay only for what you use, which helps you save on costs. Amazon EC2 provides virtual machines in the cloud and gives you full administrative control over the operating system that runs on the instance. Amazon EC2 supports most server operating systems, including Windows and Linux. With Amazon EC2, you can launch any number of instances of any size into any availability zone anywhere in the world in just a matter of minutes. You can also control traffic to and from instances by using security groups and elastic load balancing. Amazon EC2 can host the same kinds of applications that you might run on traditional on-premises servers. Amazon EC2 offers you many benefits. Choose each of the 8 tabs to learn more about these benefits. You'll continue to learn more about the core concepts of Amazon EC2. At the same time, it's important that you have a fundamental understanding of the architectural environment that you will launch an EC2 instance into. You'll be deciding which region, virtual private cloud, VPC, on AWS, subnet, and security group to place it in. First, you must choose the region. AWS has regions all over the globe. The region is the outer portion of your architecture. Next, you choose the VPC on AWS that you want to place your EC2 instance in. Within each VPC, you can then specify the subnet to place the EC2 instance in. Each EC2 instance will be placed behind a security group with the security configurations that you have set up when you launch the instance. For high availability, it is a best practice to place your instance in multiple subnets in different availability zones. Then, have an elastic load balancer attached to route traffic based on your application needs. Choose each tab to learn more about these architectural choices.